Alrighty, so what I'm going to be demoing today is the WebAuth authentication service. What it's supposed to do is to allow you to authenticate into a web app using your iPhone's biometrics. In theory, this should be able to also work on Android. I don't have an Android device to test it, so can't really demo that. So let me go ahead and get started. So on the first thing I want to talk about is the configuration page I have for the web server to run. So even before then, let's talk about what components are part of this project or prototype. So there is 3 parts. So it's the biometric app, which is the iPhone that I have right over here with the app installed. So let me just zoom in there. Yep, biometric app. So that's there. And then I also have the client right here. So this is built with React.js. It was pretty easy to do. Then this was the easiest part of the project, the web app. And then the next part was a little bit tougher, was the actual server to handle the authentication and to expose the files, because if I protect every single URL, I can't really necessarily download using the default browser's headers, that it wouldn't let me. And I wanted to avoid using cookies. I just wanted to use JSON payloads to and post bodies. So right now I have the configuration file over here for the server, and I want the directory that I want to share to be my my documents folder, and it's going to be running on these ports right here. So there's 2 ports. One's the API port, where you just have standard HTTP GET and POST requests go to, and then I have a WebSockets port. So the WebSockets is using socket.io. It's a JavaScript framework to help you interact with sockets across client and server. It's really handy, really useful, and I have the host name, which is just going to be a localhost right here. So let me go ahead and get this server started. As you can see, it's up and running, and then let me go ahead and get the web app starting. The mobile app should already be up and running just fine. So we'll get that started. Very cool. So I'll go ahead and let the website build a bit, and then it should load up with the web app. So one thing I do want to do though is go back to the output of the server. So I'm going to go ahead and start the biometric app, and once it's started, you can tell on screen that the client is connected and it's waiting for a request for biometrics. So you should see there. And let me go ahead and go back, and this is how the WebFS looks like. So I have a login screen. If I try to go to the main page here, it's going to redirect me back to login unless I authenticate. So I'm going to go ahead and try to authenticate first with the wrong credentials. So I'm going to put I don't know, test, and then it's ASDF login. Right now the prototype is just spitting out the payload, the error response. Do not do this in actual practice, because it might expose the folder structure of your server, and that's not good for security. But again, this is just a prototype. So I'm actually going to go ahead and put my credentials in now. So Charles there, and right now it's going to go ahead and it's waiting for biometrics. And what should happen is it's going to prompt my iPhone for biometrics. So I'm going to go ahead and authenticate, and you can see that it authenticated successfully. And then on screen you should be able to see that it's showing my documents folder. In order to prove that it's actually showing my documents folder, I'm going to go ahead and go into Finder and head to Documents, and you should be able to see some of these files, like the CSE 4010 lecture notes. Scroll down, you have the debate brief right here, a whole bunch of different files, and it looks like yeah, everything should be there. I have the API endpoints, and it's just listing everything. So one thing I do want to show you guys is that whenever I download whenever I download an item, so for example, I'm going to download this PDF, it should downloaded just fine. So I can see a PDF as it was appear. I'll let the browser handle all of the rendering and stuff like that. This was due to the corruption of the PDF. That's weird. Yeah, but as you can see right here, there's a temporary link. So it's a one-time use link. This is the only way I was able to actually expose these files, by generating a temporary link that's unprotected by the API. It's one-time use and it's fired off immediately when the client receives it. So in theory, if I go ahead and try to do that again, it's going to give me, and I'm not authorized to access that. So, but I can go ahead and download it again. Where did it go? This PDF, just through the web client itself. So there it is. Cool, just fine. So yeah, that's the extent of the demo. If I reload the page, it's going to ask me to log in again. So let me try it one more time. Charles test, and it's going to prompt again for biometrics. And let me fingerprint, and I'm authenticated. Alrighty. Thank you for watching. And if you want to know anything else, you can just email me at charlesbeto.dev@gmail.com. Thank you.